The sun was bright, casting golden rays that danced across the city, promising a day filled with warmth and possibility. Its gentle heat settled over Meadowbrook Park, where the world seemed to slow down and breathe in the beauty of summer. Laughter echoed across the green fields as children chased kites, their bright tails fluttering in the breeze, and families spread out picnic blankets, sharing sandwiches and stories on the soft grass. The air was alive with the scent of freshly cut lawns, mingling with the sweet fragrance of blooming flowers, painting the park with color and life. People felt safe here, letting their guards down in the sanctuary of the park, where worries seemed to melt away under the open sky. Mothers watched their children play, their laughter a melody of innocence, while friends jogged by, sharing easy conversation and the rhythm of their footsteps. Young women lounged beneath the shade of ancient oaks, lost in the pages of their books, the dappled sunlight flickering across their faces. The park was a hub of community, a place where strangers exchanged warm smiles, parents relaxed, and friendships blossomed in the gentle summer air. The cheerful jingle of an ice cream truck was a daily highlight, drawing excited children and nostalgic parents alike, all eager for a cool treat beneath the sun. The vendor, always in his spot near the playground, was a fixture of summer, his familiar smile as comforting as the treats he served. His presence was as reliable as the setting sun, a gentle constant in the ever-changing days of summer. Day after day, the scene repeated. Laughter, trust, and the simple joys of summer, weaving a tapestry of memories for all who visited. No one imagined that beneath this innocence, something dark was lurking, hidden in the shadows of the park's perfect days. The park's sense of safety, so carefully built, was about to be shattered in ways no one could have foreseen. A predator was hiding in plain sight, blending into the crowd, turning happiness into fear with a single, unseen glance. The world outside faded away within the park's borders, until now, when darkness began to seep in at the edges. The illusion of safety was about to break, replaced by a chilling uncertainty that would haunt Meadowbrook for years to come. Meadowbrook Park was about to face its darkest summer, and nothing would ever be the same again. The ice cream vendor was Arthur Finch, a familiar face in Meadowbrook Park for years. Every summer afternoon, his cheerful jingle would echo through the trees, drawing children and families from every corner of the neighborhood. Known to everyone as Artie, he was greeted with waves and laughter wherever he went. Kids would race each other to his truck, calling out his name with excitement. With his kind face, crisp uniform, and warm smile, he seemed the embodiment of trust. His eyes sparkled with genuine warmth, and his laughter was infectious, putting everyone at ease. Artie knew the children's names, remembered favorite flavors, and joked with parents. He always had a kind word or a gentle tease, making each customer feel special. He was more than a vendor. He was part of the community's fabric. People trusted him with their stories, their children, and their daily routines. Mothers let their children approach his truck alone, confident in his kindness. Parents felt safe knowing Artie was there, watching over the park. But behind the smile, Arthur Finch hid a twisted secret. Beneath the surface, his intentions were far darker than anyone could imagine. He was a predator, carefully observing the women in the park. His gaze lingered just a moment too long, unnoticed by those who trusted him most. He noted routines, vulnerabilities, and moments when women were alone. Every detail was stored away, part of a careful plan that no one suspected. His charm was his weapon, disarming people and making them feel safe. He used his easy manner to slip past suspicion, blending in perfectly. He exploited the trust he'd built, using it to get close to his targets. No one ever questioned his presence or his intentions. No one suspected the man handing out sweet treats could be so dangerous. The very qualities that made him beloved also made him invisible as a threat. The community embraced him, never questioning his intentions. He was woven into their lives, a fixture of every sunny afternoon. That was exactly what he wanted. Their trust was his shield, their affection his camouflage. The man with the sweetest smile was about to become their worst nightmare. The darkness he carried was about to spill into the lives of those who adored him. Trust had become his perfect disguise, allowing him to move unseen and unsuspected among his victims. The stage was set for betrayal. The park, once a place of laughter and innocence, was about to become the scene of his deception. Meadowbrook Park was in the hands of a master manipulator, and no one had the faintest idea of the danger that lurked behind that sweet, familiar smile. Arthur Finch's method was chillingly simple. He targeted women, often young mothers or those alone, during the park's busiest hours. With a warm smile, he'd offer a small spoon of a new flavor. Most accepted, never suspecting danger in a free taste of ice cream. But these samples were laced with a powerful, undetectable sedative. Only his chosen targets received the tainted treat. Everyone else got regular ice cream. He was methodical, never giving the drug to children or men. The effects were subtle, easily mistaken for heat or illness. No one suspected the friendly vendor. A simple act of kindness became his weapon. The park's happy rhythm masked his silent attacks. Victims walked away, unaware they'd been poisoned. Finch watched, his friendly mask never slipping. Trust was his lure and ice cream his poison. The park was his stage for a terrifying deception. The sedative's effects began subtly. Dizziness, blurred vision, overwhelming drowsiness. Victims like Sarah, a young mother, and Maria, a college student, felt their bodies shut down in the middle of a sunny day. Panic set in as they struggled to stay awake, unable to control their limbs or thoughts. Some managed to call for help before losing consciousness. Others simply collapsed. Hours later, they awoke in hospitals, memories missing and fear lingering. The experience left them shaken, questioning their own judgment. Their sense of safety was shattered in a place they once loved. The violation was more than physical, it was psychological. Gaps in memory, confusion, and vulnerability haunted them. The shadow of Finch's actions lingered long after the drug wore off. Trust had been weaponized against them. The park's innocence was lost. The scars would last far longer than the symptoms. At first, the incident seemed isolated, fainting, sudden illness, nothing more. Victims blamed themselves or the heat, never suspecting foul play. But whispers began online as women shared eerily similar stories. Fainting spells, memory loss, and overwhelming drowsiness, all after a free ice cream sample from Artie. The pattern became impossible to ignore. Alarm spread through the community as more women came forward. The trusted vendor was now the focus of fear. Parents felt dread, realizing they'd let their children near him. The park's sense of safety was shattered. The whispers grew into a chorus of concern. The community demanded answers. The park, once a haven, now felt dangerous. Trust had been broken. The authorities could no longer ignore the alarm. The time for action had come. The truth was beginning to surface. Meadowbrook Park would never be the same. The online chatter caught the attention of law enforcement. Rumors and whispers about strange incidents in Meadowbrook Park began to circulate on local forums and social media, raising red flags for the authorities. Officers started to piece together a pattern that had previously gone unnoticed. Detective Miller began interviewing victims, noting the striking similarities in their stories. Each account described sudden dizziness, confusion, and a memory of buying ice cream from the same friendly vendor. The details were too consistent to ignore. Hospital records revealed a powerful sedative in their blood, proof of poisoning. Medical staff were alarmed by the unusual number of cases, all linked by the same mysterious symptoms. Arthur Finch became the prime suspect. His name surfaced repeatedly in witness statements, and his presence at the park during each incident was no coincidence. Police set up discreet surveillance in the park, watching Finch's every move. Undercover officers blended in with the crowds, determined to catch him in the act. He appeared harmless, selling ice cream and chatting with families. His cheerful demeanor masked any hint of wrongdoing, making it difficult for anyone to suspect him. But officers waited patiently, documenting his interactions. Every sale, every conversation, and every movement was carefully recorded for evidence. The breakthrough came when an undercover officer received a tainted sample. She played her part perfectly, blending in as just another customer. She preserved it for forensic analysis, ensuring the chain of evidence remained intact. The sample was rushed to the lab for urgent testing. The lab confirmed the presence of the same sedative found in the victims. The evidence was mounting, and the case against Finch was growing stronger by the hour. Finch's friendly facade was cracking. The pressure of the investigation was beginning to show in his anxious glances and nervous behavior. The net was closing in. Officers prepared to make their move, determined to prevent any further harm. The community's trust had been betrayed. Parents watched their children more closely, and a sense of unease settled over Meadowbrook Park. The investigation was now a race against time. Detectives knew that every moment counted if they were to stop Finch before he struck again. The truth was almost within reach. The team's determination never wavered, fueled by the hope of restoring safety to the park. Justice was on the horizon. The officers knew that their hard work was about to pay off. Meadowbrook Park was about to reclaim its safety, and the community would soon breathe a collective sigh of relief. While surveillance continued, investigators dug into Finch's past. They uncovered a sealed juvenile record and disturbing online activity. Finch frequented forums dedicated to watching women lose consciousness. A search of his home revealed thousands of images and videos. He'd used a hidden camera on his truck to record his victims. The footage was chilling evidence of his crimes. The tainted ice cream sample matched the sedative in the victim's blood. The case against Finch was ironclad. Police arrested him at home, catching him off guard. Confronted with the evidence, his mask crumbled. The community's trusted vendor was unmasked as a predator. The truth was finally exposed. News of Finch's arrest stunned the community. The betrayal ran deep. Parents, children, and victims all felt the impact. During the trial, the full extent of his crimes was revealed. Evidence included forensic reports, medical records, and chilling videos. Victims bravely testified, sharing their trauma and loss of trust. Finch's defense crumbled under the weight of evidence. The jury found him guilty on all charges. The judge called his actions a monstrous betrayal. Finch received the maximum sentence. Relief filled the courtroom, but the damage was done. Meadowbrook Park was left to heal. The scars of betrayal would linger. In the aftermath, Meadowbrook Park began to heal. The park slowly filled again, but with a new sense of vigilance. Neighbors formed a watch group, supporting and protecting each other. Women organized group walks and created a network for safety. The community refused to let fear define them. Instead, they reclaimed their space with empowerment and awareness. The case of Arthur Finch was a chilling reminder. Predators can hide in plain sight. Trust your instincts. If something feels wrong, act. Look out for one another, especially the vulnerable. A simple question or gesture can make all the difference. By standing together, the community created a safer space. They turned tragedy into strength. Don't be a bystander, be a protector. Meadowbrook Park's spirit endured, stronger than before. The lesson was clear. Vigilance is the key to safety. Together, they ensured their park remained a place of peace.